Oh, yeah, I keep missing the whole point. My whole point was I did those events. So one time I saw an event posting for a sushi model. And, you know, me being very naive, see, my mistake if you're young, like this is like, you know, from girl to girl or young person, whatever. Tell your parents when you do these things. I admit to not, because, you know, some of them was like, I fully admit that when I was younger, I'm happy to see you so excited about your Daki. Thank you, Raccoon Sensei. Like, I admit that, you know, I didn't tell my mom all the time when I got jobs, or I used to lie to my mom about where they were because they were really far sometimes, but, you know, I wanted to work. So I know if it was like over an hour away, my mom would be like, no, you're not going there. And I'm like, yes, I am. So sometimes I would just lie and tell my mom it was somewhere closer than it actually was, and I would go, but that's not good because this situation, it did not go bad. I was very lucky, and I'm very lucky because especially like in modeling and in entertainment, you can get into pretty shit situations. So if you're a young person, you know, maybe young in the city trying to do the shit, be very careful because you can run into really shitty people who will take advantage of you. Make sure you tell people, like even I would sometimes, like I remember even one time, like when I did the jeans company, like I was doing a shoot for the jeans company and I was like really surprised that the shoot was at this guy's house and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this one. And like I try very hard to keep my sus radar on. And I remember I asked the guy, like the photographer, like, can I bring my sister? And he gave me an excuse and he was like, I want to say no just because I've had a problem with people like stealing things from my house. And I'm like, and I told him straight up, like, if you won't let me bring my sister, I'm terribly sorry, but I might be uncomfortable to do the shoot. And he was like, okay, fine. You know what? Fine. You can bring her. And I said, okay. And it was honestly fine. Like the guy, so now I see it. It's the guy's like business. Like it's his business and with his wife and the photo shoot studio was in his garage. And I know there are some people who run it like that. But it was good though. It was fine. At the end of the day, he understood if you're not sussy, if you're not up to no good and you want me to do your shoot for you, you will let me bring someone. And he did. And he was like, yeah, I'm sorry if it made you feel a certain way, you know, like he said, legit, I've had ex-models like steal my clothes, like from my wife's like section here where we keep all the clothes. And I don't want random people in my house that are going to steal my shit. And I'm like, I understand. But, you know, I'm glad you knew where I was coming from, that, you know, as a young model, whatever, that, you know, sometimes it's not the most safe for me to go to a random person's house. What they steal, like, they stole, like, their clothes, because it's like a guy and his wife. They ran this business together, and, like, because they have, what's it called? Inventory? Like, they had, like, inventory and clothes there, you know, like, for when they would do the shoots with other models. And they said that they've had people, like, legit, like, steal, like, their stuff. But, yeah, the guy understood. But, yeah, like I said, just lesson learned. If you're, like, a young person, or any person, this could literally happen to anybody. So, just be careful. No, but I keep sidetracking. Either way, I found a listing for a sushi model. And my little naive brain was like, oh, they probably just want me to pass out sushi. Yay! I didn't know what a sushi model was. I thought it legit meant that, I thought it just meant like my other booth jobs or my other event jobs where I kind of just stand there and pass out food, or like I just stand there and let people get food from like the table or whatever. I did not know that it was not that. And I remember I went, I should have got the signs, right? The signs were there. The signs were, you have to shower before you come. Clean shaved. Do not put like a bunch of lotion and shit. Like you can put some, but like not like don't go crazy about it. clean shave, you must be shaved, and make sure your hair is clean and like out of the way. And I did not. That should have been my sign. But, you know, but also it's not that uncommon to ask to be shaved, you know, like, for example, if you do bikini and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, it was a job for the Nyotai Mori. It was a Nyotai Mori job. And I did not know that at the time. I just thought it meant sushi model. And I did not know that it was that at the time. And this was like when I was really young. This is when I was really young. That legit opposite of you right now. Shush! And I went, right? And I got there and I noticed that, you know, all the other girls were like changing and like disrobing. You know what I mean? And I remember like the manager or whatever, I was like, okay, you're here. Like, you know, take off your clothes and put this on. I was like, and I admit I did panic. Like, I was like, oh, fuck.